Y'all are on the East Van Dan Shit Show.
Dim the lights, make me look hotter.
Yeah.
All right. How's that look? Not bad.
I mean, I wouldn't fuck you, but it's good
Well,
enough.
Says the guy in the Bahamas.
Yeah. How's it going, man? You're on the road right now?
Nope, just got home. Just got
Oh.
home today. Just got back from Lethbridge, Alberta.
Oh, sweet. Nice. You a couple gigs out there?
Yeah, absolutely. We flew to Calgary, did a show there on a Thursday, and then we got a rental car, went down to Lethbridge.
Oh, nice.
Life of a Canadian entertainer.
Yeah.
Lethbridge.
Right on. Good shows. How were the crowd? How was the crowd? Was
Oh, crowds are amazing. Yeah,
yeah.
Alberta's a really fun place to do comedy.
No.
Yeah.
Cool. So tell me a bit about yourself, man. I've seen you like I think quite a while ago at like Comedy Underground.
Sure.
Uh, uh, but I don't know a whole lot about you. So bring us back to the beginning. Are you from here originally, Canada?
I'm a military kid, so I have lived all over the country: Halifax, Montreal, Ottawa, Edmonton, Comox Valley, British Columbia. So I'm well traveled, um, and so when doing gigs on the road and that type of stuff, there's usually a few people or neighborhoods that I'm quite familiar with as a result.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about
Cool.
yourself? Where are you from?
And then I'm born and raised. I lived in Vancouver for about 8 years
Yeah.
before moving back to my lovely hometown to attend rehab for 6 months.
There you go.
Yeah. I also I work in film. I'm a musician, and yeah, I do this podcast as a hobby, as a form of free therapy. I like to
Oh,
think of it
cool.
as. Yeah. So how'd you get started in comedy?
I mean, comedy for me has always been a thing. There's photos of me in like grade 6 doing stand up to the class, so that was always a thing. And then theater kid in university. Then in university, I also did mascotting and like drew and comic strips in newspapers, and then after that, me and my buddies started doing shows at a little pub called the Corduroy in Kitsilano, and they turned into rock paper scissors tournaments, and that was sort of like this cult phenomenon. And I was a part of it as an assistant, and then I did their documentary, and then eventually the show expanded, so they got me to host one of the shows, and then from there, stand up, improv, sketch. So sort of my whole life, but specifically stand up, I started my first set about 10 years ago.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
yeah, at a
Yeah.
Yuck Yucks
Where
competition.
was that at?
It was a Yuck Yucks comedy competition, and what had happened is this crazy thing happened in my life where I got jumped by like this
Like a crack ad?
it was just a drug addict. He
Yeah,
was from
yeah,
the
crack ad.
Ukraine, and
Probably one of my former roommates.
probably one of your old roommates. Yeah. And I ended up in the hospital. I ended up in a coma,
Oh,
and
fuck.
I wanted to. I mean, I always had a positive attitude. I knew that attitude was the only thing I could change. So I started thinking, hey, why don't I try to make this funny? So I went to a stand-up comedy competition. My face is all still messed up.
How long were you in coma for?
I was in a coma maybe for like 12 hours or something like that. Not
Oh, okay.
long.
Okay.
Just long enough to wake up and you're like, why are all my friends here?
Yeah, what happened to the guy that attacked you?
He ended up either overdosing or taking his own life. So he's
Oh,
he's dead.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But that first show that I tried to make funny, the crowd was just like, dude, that's dark. And I'm trying to make jokes about it. But there was a guy in the crowd named Daryl, and Daryl was a touring headliner. And he basically said, hey, what are you doing in 2 months? I want you to open for me at this comedy club. And he goes, I want you to make that 5 minutes funny. He's like, no, I've never heard anyone talk about trying to get murdered and make it funny. And he's like, you're pretty close. You're telling the joke wrong. So work on it for 2 months. When I come back, I want you to do it. And sure enough, I did it. And he came back. And then after that, me and him went on the road. And that, I toured with that guy for 10 years.
Oh
So
shit.
that's, and it's one of those stories that you see in like the TV shows where it's like, oh, I did my first gig, and then I was touring with it. I was in the States, and I didn't know that's not how it worked. And so most people, they go to an open mic and they take like, I don't know, probably the better part of a year to try to polish a 5 minutes, and then once they get a five, then they might get invited to some paid shows, and the whole process usually takes like 4 or 5 years to get to where I did in one day. So I was very lucky.
Nice.
But I had the background, right? Years and years in theater and blah, blah, blah. So even though that was my first stand up set, it wasn't my first stage performance.
Nice. Sweet. Um, so tell us about so have you toured around the States?
I mean, illegally, which means that I can't get paid to do it. So, I've done some gigs that are for free or pro bono, like in places like Boise, Idaho. I'll go and they'll either make the tickets for free and then just fill the place, and then they'll make a bunch of money off the food and drinks. And then I've gone as in comedy competitions, and those are legal, but you need a visa. So the only way I was able to do it was when I was touring with Daryl. I was more or less just his assistant, helping him based out of Canada, and then going on stage for free. I was getting paid as an assistant, so to speak. So I've middled all over the States. Well, a middle means the act right before the headliner. So you do about 15, 20 minutes. So that was the only way I could do it, sort of like without breaking any rules, without a
Nice.
visa.
Oh yeah, yeah. See that. Um, do you got like so you're talking about theater and stuff. Do you got like a background in like acting?
Yeah, absolutely. Acting, was the first thing I did. I used to get cast in plays, and I was a late bloomer, so I was like 16, 17 years old, but I looked 11, right? So I'm coming into these auditions and I'm like, "What's up, y'all? My name's John." And any part that was in a play that was like meant to be for like a 10, 12-year-old, they could have the 16-year-old kid play. So it was a lot smarter, much more advanced. So I was booking those roles like right away. So I did really, really fun plays in high school, uh, where I was like this, juvenile kid, but I was so smart that, I would steal audiences' hearts because they'd be like, who's this toddler who's so good at speaking and acting. So that's how I started. And then yeah, when I got into university, I got out of the theater stuff and became a sports mascot because I became friends with everyone that was on the sports teams, and I just wanted to hang with them more. So they're like, "You should come mascot." I'm like, "I would love that." And I was like for lack of a better word, like a shit disturber. For example, the other team would have their towels on the bench, and I would go grab their towels and I would just like floss my crotch with the towel and then fold it back up and place it back on the thing. And the players would be like, can he do that? What can we kick this? And then the referees were like, we actually don't know what to do. He's the mascot. And sometimes we would call teams would call timeouts, and I would get into the timeout. And so guys couldn't really listen to because coach is like, we need a 4-2-1-6 jump on the, and everyone's like, dude, this bear is in our huddle right now. So they were like not listening to the thing. And yeah, no coach, no referee, no boss was ever like, yo, John, can you not do that? So I just basically got to do whatever I wanted. I would, steal popcorn, drink people's beer, and everyone just thought it was a great time. So being a mascot was a one of a kind experience that is so hard to explain. Like, because you do whatever you want. No one does it. Like every mascot is just so polite. They're like, "Hi, kids," and like hugging people. But I was just the complete opposite. I
You're
was,
just erratic.
oh yeah, unbelievably chaotic. Yeah, I
Do you,
remember I used to hockey games. I'd bang on the glass, and the goalie would turn around, and I'd just give him like the double bird, and they'd be like, what type of mascot is this?"
so like none of the like players or like whatever they never got pissed at you?
Yeah, but who are they going to report it to? Like, are they going to shove the mascot? Like, what? Who? Like,
Yeah,
whose jurisdiction?
maybe after in like a parking lot, they get fucking beat up again.
Oh, they have no idea who you are when you're out of the suit. Like, no one knows who's in
Oh, I
there.
guess that is true. Yeah.
For years afterwards, people would like there would be other mascots, and they'd be like, "Are you in the suit tonight?" And I'm like, "No, no, I'm gone from university." They're like, "I swear this guy's just like you." So I like created this genre of shit disturbers after I left.
Nice. So have you done it like worked in like film?
I've worked in a couple films. Yeah, I did a shot of an indie film recently. What'll happen is people will see me doing stand up and
Yeah.
they'll reach out to me and they'll say, "Are you interested in this role that I have?" So that's happened a few times in my stand up career. So I've done a few films that go to film festivals and, they win awards and stuff like that. And my part is usually just like either a small character role, but the one I did 2 months ago, it was a pretty significant role. It was number 9 on the call sheet, so I'm the ninth, have the ninth most lines or scenes. I'm not too sure. And basically, it's this like really dark film about a school shooter, and they wanted some comic relief in there, dark comedy. And they hired me as the professor who is sleeping with one of the students. So
Oh, okay. Cool.
it's the role I was born to play.
Well, where was that like shot at?
That's shot in Vancouver. It was a production company out of Vancouver, and as a first time writer director, and the production team was really really good because they have the little monitors, and this guy, he's the cinematographer, he's just insane. I forget his name, but he was so good. They'd be like, "Oh, what about over here?" And then he would just kind of stare at it for a bit. Sometimes he'd do this cheesy thing that you think they only do in the movies. And then they bring the camera in and the lights and blah blah blah, and then the camera go on and you go, "Holy shoot, that's a really nice shot." So the cinematography is going to look good. The writing's dark, and these indie films, you never know with them. Usually they just like sell for like 100 grand for a streaming service to fill time at midnight. And then sometimes those indies, they blow up. So you just never know. It's kind of like a lottery ticket, but it
Yeah,
was a lot of fun to be a part of.
yeah. Especially nowadays when there's like a new streamer like every few months, seems like.
Yeah. What
Um,
what did you do in film? Uh,
actually, I just wrapped shooting a feature.
nice.
Uh, we did 7 days. Mostly in Nanaimo. We did 2 in Vancouver. So yeah, just sort of editing that this winter, and then in January release it, do a bit of promotional stuff for it, and then moving on to the next.
Yeah. So here
Um,
I was explaining indies to you, and you just.
yeah, no, no, but I want to hear it, and some other people want to hear it too. Yeah. Um,
It was a lot of fun. They told me that my energy was refreshing, which boosted my ego. I guess they say that a lot of actors are kind of stiff, so when a comedian's on set, it's probably a little bit different.
yeah,
And the actors really took care of me. Once they found out I was a comic, they liked me, but before they didn't, because I probably seemed a little green, right? In the
yeah,
sense
for
that,
sure.
and there was one actor, I forget her name. She was an amazing actor, and we're rehearsing a scene, and she goes, "Do you mind not jumping on my lines? Just hear what I have to say, absorb it, and react." And I go, "Oh yeah, absolutely." She goes, "I don't mean to coach you. I'm sure you have your own." And I go, "No, I'm a comic." And she goes, "Oh Jesus Christ, that explains everything." Okay, she's like, now I get all the improv because I would just be adding on so much dialogue.
Yeah, that's kind of funny that you bring that up because I remember telling um, quite a few of the actors that don't rush your lines, like let it sit, you know, um, let your screen partner like be like like contemplative about like what just happened
Yeah,
instead of going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like
yeah.
there's time. We're not in a rush.
We're not-
Um,
which was the greatest advice. Once you told me that, my brain just kind of went, because I'm a pretty quick learner. So I'm like, oh, got it. And then after that, you could see the scenes were really finding magic because it was like, just hear it like you're hearing it for the first time. It sounds so simple, but unless someone points it out to you, how would you know?
Yeah.
Because I was reading the script for like 3 weeks in advance. This lady came in. She's like, I haven't had a chance to see the script yet. Can someone get it for me? Meanwhile, I'm like, I have been studying this for weeks. So we had two completely different approaches. So when we came together to do the scene, I was too like, I know the words. I want to show everyone I know the words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
It was fun though. I had a lot of fun, and and once they caught on that it was a comic, they also taught me get the first one as per the script, and then I would look at the director and he'd be like, "Yeah, you can do whatever you want on this one." So then I would add the comedy on the second and third takes.
yeah, no, comedy relief is important though. Even like, they say like in every movie there will be a moment of like comedy.
Yeah,
So that's good to have. Well, at least like not even like a stand-up, but like someone who has like, like that sort of like
the
comedic
chops,
personality.
the
Yeah.
timing. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
it's
for
so
sure.
timing. It's half a second before you say the last word. That's what you get on funny, and some people have it and some people don't. Because if you read the comedy part, you go, "Oh yeah, I get it," and then they have to have that quick timing or at least that understanding of what's funny about that. It's things like sarcasm and satire, like
Yeah, for sure.
sassiness,
Yeah. Wittiness.
wittiness. Yeah.
So like what's your like ideal like role? Like what kind of character like do you like would you like to play? Sort of like
I
the
mean, I
head
really enjoyed playing this guy because he was kind of a cuck is maybe the best way to
a
describe him.
cuck. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
he was a beta for sure. Which, in my life, I'm very much like, I'm usually the boss of the scenario. So it was fun to be that guy that's like, gets his ass kicked and is very much like, yes, ma'am. Like every woman that I was in a scene with, they were the alpha. So that was a lot of fun. The lovable loser is another one that I really like to play, which is a character who everyone sort of roots for because they're an underdog.
Yeah, I was just about to say the underdog, yeah.
Yeah, that's really fun to play. And then on the opposite, spectrum of the things would be the villain, like the guy that everyone hates. I mean, I have the face for that. I have the I have the energy for that. So I could just show up and just be a condescending prick.
Kind of
Um,
like the antagonist like ally.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So stuff
that's
like
cool.
that anything that has like any characters that would make a great wrestling character, like whether it's a baby face or a heel, something that you either love or hate. Um, a neutral character is just too boring for me. It's got to be something that's on either side of the spectrum, whether you love them or hate them.
Nice. Yeah, I was told fuck it. This was back when I was like getting loaded and stuff, but like I remember when I was we had like when I went to in focus film school for screenwriting, we had like this one like I forget how long it was, but anyways, it was like a couple hours, like I think it was for like a month every day or every other odd day. It was like a acting class, kind of.
Right.
So by the end of it, the the instructor she said that you would make the perfect sidekick.
Yeah.
And so that I guess that always kind of stuck with me because then I was like when I went in before I went and shot this when I was writing it, I was like, you know what? I'll just play the fucking sidekick, but the sidekick will be the lead.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's like if Robin had his own TV show
yeah.
and Batman comes in every now and again.
uh, yeah. I guess you could say that, but it's kind of like in the context of like a R-rated comedy. But
Like
Yeah.
Although the sidekick is sort of like if you look at the best comedies, the sidekick or the lovable loser, going back to the other term, is often makes the best in comedies because like look at Superbad, it was just three losers. Like
Yeah, I was just thinking
that
Pineapple Express,
super bad.
where like James Franco is
Yeah.
like the sidekick, like loser.
Yeah,
But
he's the
like he's the
stoner that no
lead
one likes.
though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but he's also the lead. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So comedies, that's a fun thing to do because comedies people like the underdog as the lead. You know, they like the you're not going to see too many comedies where it's like the jock that was born with all the skill but he doesn't know it. Usually it's like the backup quarterback that's coming in,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
water boy.
Hey, the Waterboy is one of my favorite movies.
Great film, right?
Yeah, classic. Cool, man. So you're coming to Nanaimo.
Coming to Nanaimo
Yeah,
as a sidekick. The Saturday Night Live's ex
Luke
cast
Null.
member, his name's Luke Knoll. Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
musician and musical comedy, and he's going to be performing. And
I just
me and
did a
Nicole Ann.
podcast with him.
You just did one with him?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
How
and the
was
show.
he?
Yeah, he's a cool dude. Your guys' show is actually pretty much sold out.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah. It said like there was like 40 tickets left, and that was a couple days ago.
That's
So
pretty sweet. Heck
yeah.
yeah. That's yeah. Nanaimo must be one of those places that likes to buy tickets early. There's two types of cities. Some buy them early. Some are last minute. So it's nice to.
Actually, I heard quite the opposite not that
Oh
long
shit.
ago.
So
Yeah,
maybe it's just enough of a draw.
yeah. Like my buddy who's in a band, he was like telling me like how like their lead singer like kind of does like the managing aspects of like the band, and like he was kind of like freaking out, like tickets weren't selling, and then boom, like the day of sold out.
That might also be just more telling of our generation too. I think
Yeah,
millennials are a little like, we'll see. We'll see if anything else comes up.
yeah, 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 that too.
That's the millennial way for sure.
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, I'm gonna be at your show.
You got
You gonna
tickets?
No, I'm gonna get one though, like
You're one of
right
those,
away.
are you?
Yeah, yeah, no, I can't wait till the last minute or else it'll be fucking sold out.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. No, it should be good. And we got two lovely ladies on the show too, Nicole Ann and Sid Bosell. Sid was on Canada's Got Talent, and Nicole Ann is this fantastic up and coming comedian. She's been doing it a couple of years, and she's just so advancing very quickly. And she's very charming and easy on the eyes, which you know who likes that is the ladies. Actually, that's the women love hot women for whatever reason.
Yeah. Well, I also like hot women too.
Well, that one was obvious. I just left
Yeah.
that one out.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Well, it's been good chatting with you, and yeah, I'll see you on November 7th.
So yeah, see you in about 10 days, my man. All right, we'll chat soon.
All right, man. Thanks for doing the show. We'll see you soon, okay?
Okay, take care, buddy.